Right now on Up with KREM, we are just hours away from learning if Spokane County will be moving back to Phase 2 in the state's reopening plan. This morning, we are talking with Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward about trying to keep the county in Phase 3.
I think 50% pays the bills and 25% doesn't.
Restaurants are concerned about a potential rollback. This morning, we hear from a local business about their hope of staying in Phase 3.
Take me out to the ball game. We're live at Avista Stadium talking about the Spokane Indians' first game since 2019. We're going to have a great time. Stay with us.
It's the perfect day to play ball. We got sunshine and warm temperatures in the forecast, and I've got your first pitch. Look at your weather.
Up with KREM starts right now.
Well, good morning and welcome to Up with KREM. Today is the first Spokane Indians baseball game. It's the first time a home game is happening at the stadium since 2019. Glad to have you here with us. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol. We are very excited this morning. The guys looking fresh behind us in new jerseys. We have team coverage this morning at Avista Stadium. So Up with KREM's Brandon T. Jones is going to break down the changes fans will see in the stadium tonight.
Yeah, also Jeremy Legoo is out at the ballpark letting us know what the weather will be like at the first pitch. So Jeremy, what will it be like? But yeah, you guys are looking fresh.
Looking good, guys.
Thank you. Brandon, what do you feel about this turf?
Oh, feels absolutely amazing. I'm ready to, I got the swag on, you got the swag on. We're going to go out here, maybe be able to sub in tonight. Probably not, though.
Probably not, though. But we look like we could.
Oh, for sure. Look the part. You look good, you feel good, you play good, right?
Yeah, I think that's actually how it goes. Look good, feel good, forecast good.
Oh,
that's what they say in weather.
I like that.
All right, so let's get you out the door and let you know what to expect today, because it is a chilly start to the day. I can vouch for that. I can vouch for these temperatures. We're starting out the day with temps near 40 degrees here in Spokane. It is a bit chilly, and that is what is going to take us into the day, and not just here in Spokane, but as you can see, it's chilly temperatures across much of the inland Northwest. We are starting out the day down in the 30s and low 40s, depending on where you are. So it's chilly, and that's thanks to our lack of cloud cover and light wind. We always talk about this. It's the most efficient way to cool us down without a cold front or a change in air masses. It's those warm temperatures just escaping at night. Now, as we move through the day, we are going to get those back. Sun is up, sun is shining, and it's starting to work its way into Avista Stadium, and those temps are going to continue to rise. We're quickly in the 50s this morning, into the 60s as we head into the afternoon, and topping out in the mid to upper 60s. It is going to be a warm one for us today. Not all that bad. And if you're heading out to the ball game, well, here's the question everyone wants answered. What's the weather going to be like at first pitch? Well, it's temps in the mid 60s under mostly sunny skies. Not all that bad, but if you're heading to the game, I'd say bundle up or maybe grab those layers, because as the sun goes down, I think temps drop into the 50s by the time the game comes to an end. So, not all that bad. And well, I mean, Brandon, we look the part, right?
Oh, yes, sir, we do. We look the part,
yeah.
man. We're looking good, dog. I mean, and you heard the man. We got great weather to start off the season. The first game since 2019 pandemic affected a lot of things. So we can expect some changes, 25% capacity, but the atmosphere here in the ballpark will still be great. This morning, I'm joined by the PR director of the Spokane Indians, John Collette. We'll bring him on in just a few seconds. So we'll also talk about, kind of what you can expect. There'll be a lot more touchless activities in terms of ordering food, being able to interact and just have a good time. So John, can you talk about what this day means in terms of just getting back out here on the field and fans being able to watch their boys?
And you mentioned we're on the field here. I mean, this field looks great. It's easy to forget that, our season would normally start mid-June. We'd have that extra time, and shout out to weather, because the weather's been exceptional. I talked to our ground crew guys just a bit ago, and the field looks so good. We had a lot of hard work into it, but also the weather was really good to us, and so we're ready to go. I think just a bit of a normalcy to a degree, I guess, bringing back some of the rhythm of the summer. And I feel like in many ways we're opening summer again for the inland Northwest here. So we're excited to get things going and have some high quality baseball out here.
Ooh, opening the summer up, and like you said, this field feels like a bed of just soft clouds. I could lay on it if I wanted to.
No naps out here yet, but
no naps, but the dirt looks nice. I can only imagine how fans are going to feel once they get a chance to come in here. So can you talk a little bit about some of that touchless ordering food?
Yeah, it's a cool system. I think this actually started because of, COVID protocols, one of minimizing just people waiting in line, things like that. But I think from a fan standpoint too, it's also just much more convenient. We have QR codes now throughout the ballpark. You can scan, you can order, literally from your seat, from your mobile device, and then just go pick up your food rather than traditionally having to wait in the concession stand. And some of our ballpark favorites are back: burgers, hot dogs. I think we have over 20 different adult beverages if you'd like a drink. So we have some great options, and you can order from your phone now. So trying to make it as relaxing, as enjoyable an experience as possible when you come out to Avista Stadium.
And one more quick question that I have for you. Of course, you work for the team, but what are you most looking forward to in terms of just, being back here?
Families come out here, and it's been generations. This team's been around for 100 plus years. So there's a community here, and I think for many of our season ticket holders, many of our regulars, they miss that community that they got to be with last summer. So I think just seeing those familiar faces, being back at the ballpark, and just knowing we're home again. For many, this is their home away from home. So being back home is probably the biggest one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we got breaking news right now. I'm sorry, I know we're running out of time, but we got a special guest joining us. Otto, the mascot. You see him, check him out. He's pumped up more than anyone to be out here right now. His energy has gotten me excited a little bit, but we'll be able to talk with him, hang out with him, play a little wiffle ball.
Let's go.
Maybe. So got to stay locked in for that. But for right now, I'll toss it back to you, Tim and Dana Marie.
Otto's had a lot of coffee this morning. I need what he has.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, Brandon, Otto, thanks so much. Appreciate all of you.
Sure,
We'll check back in with you throughout the morning. If you would like more information on the Spokane Indians' first game of the season, we've made it easy for you. Just text the word baseball to 509-448-2000. And coming up in our next half hour of Up with KREM, for the first time ever, fans can now order food from their seats so they won't miss the game. The Director of Concessions and Hospitality joins us live on air to talk about the stadium's new remote ordering. Looking forward to that. But first, let's get right to breaking news this morning out of Adams County. The westbound lanes on I-90 is blocked 24 miles west of Ritzville. It's due to a serious wreck, we're told. According to troopers, crews are working to clear a rollover crash. Serious injuries have been reported. WashDOT says the driver was thrown from the car. Life Flight is en route to the scene. Troopers are there now working to direct traffic, so you should expect delays in the area this morning if you are about to head out, and WashDOT tweeting out moments ago that they expect this to take several hours. On to our other big story of the day. Governor Jay Inslee expected to announce that the phase evaluation results this morning, and that'll happen at 11 o'clock. Based on the data collected by the Spokane Regional Health District, Spokane is expected to go back to phase 2. However, we don't know if the state will go by this data or if their numbers will be different. The state could end up using different date ranges or different population figures than the health district. Even so, the odds that the data would be different enough to keep us in phase 3 is pretty low.
Moving back to phase 2 will affect local restaurants in a really big way. With this potential change, restaurants are definitely on edge. That's why we have Nicole Hernandez. She's live where she spoke with a manager at Longhorn Barbecue about why things are the way they are and why they're hoping to stay in phase 3.
Yeah, good morning, Dana Marie. So talking with Erin Everhart here at Longhorn Barbecue, she said she was definitely nervous about the decision that was going to be made today. So we do actually have a look at their hours right here, and this is why they're so nervous here, because their normal hours here at the Spokane Valley location, they open at 11, they close at 9. But over at the Airway Heights area, they actually have breakfast. So normally they're open at 6:30 a.m. but right now they're not doing any of those breakfast hours. And here at the Spokane Valley one, they're closing an hour early every day. Now the goal is for them to get back to their regular hours from before the pandemic. And Erin says that sticking in phase 3 will help that a lot.
I think it's a huge setback for businesses here in Spokane and honestly around the country to get pushed backwards. We've been struggling for over a year now, just trying to pay our bills and keep our staff happy and make sure they're getting paid as well. And I think 50% pays the bills and 25% doesn't.
Now, Erin said at 50% capacity, Longhorn Barbecue is just breaking even. Restaurant profit margins in Washington are just between 3 and 4%. So put into perspective, for every dollar they get, they only make 3 or 4 cents. That's why reduced capacity hurts restaurants so much. Erin said she hopes that people still come in even if we do jump back to phase 2. She said the restaurant is actually a very safe place to be, with employees sanitizing constantly. Supporting your favorite local restaurants at this point makes all the difference to keep them afloat. Now, based on the numbers that we are seeing that the Spokane Regional Health District has reported, it does look like Spokane County will have to move back to phase 2. But of course, we do have local leaders here pushing for us to stay in phase 3 despite those numbers. But either way, the people working at Longhorn Barbecue here behind me are nervous for this decision today. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Nicole, thank you. Ahead of his announcement today, Governor Inslee announced new guidelines for certain venues.
Under the new guidelines, a vaccinated section can be seated at full capacity at Washington sporting events, graduations, religious services, and other similar activities. So here's a breakdown of everything we know so far.
Yeah, outdoor facilities can now add vaccinated sections until their capacity hits 50% or 22,000 people, whichever is less. Vaccinated sections can be added to indoor facilities until they reach 50% capacity or 2,000 people, whichever is less.
When it comes to unvaccinated people in indoor facilities, the rules depend on which phase the county is in. For counties in phase 2, an unvaccinated section cannot exceed 200 people. For those in phase 3, that limit is raised to 400 people. Now, we did speak to Spokane Interim Health Officer Dr. Francisco Velasquez about Inslee's announcement.
But I think the goal is really not necessarily to segregate those who are immunized, but to really encourage all that can to get immunized.
Velasquez also said he thinks that Inslee's decision will encourage more people to get vaccinated. He said continuing to vaccinate as many people as possible will be key in getting Spokane's COVID-19 numbers down and beat the current spike we are seeing.
So this brings us to our question of the morning. How do you feel about these changes of venue guidelines? You could vote in our live Twitter poll right now. Head over to social media. Let us know what you think. If you don't see the reason why you feel is on this poll, you could definitely let us know your response. Text us 509-448-2000. We're going to be checking in on your answers all morning long. 57.1% of you are saying, hey, it's a good thing. Looks like this summer is rolling around and they're wanting to get and participate in those events again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so let us know what you think. Still ahead here on Up with KREM, know an earthquake is coming before it hits. Today, a new cell phone warning system goes live in Washington. Details after the break. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.